Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another iRacing video, and today it's another Radical video. We're at one of my favourite tracks on iRacing, maybe favourite tracks in the world, Road at Atlanta. So I feel like I've not actually driven at this track for quite a while. It's not appeared on many series. In fact, I think last time I drove it was that 2 hour 40 minute IMSA race that we managed to bottle at the end in the LMP2, so looking to make amends for that race, I guess, really. We're right on the borderline of the split, and fortunately iRacing has hooked us up and put us into a lower split rather than a higher split, so we're the number 3 car in this one. Qualified a little bit off the pace, but generally these races can be a little bit of carnage, of course, and generally my race pace is pretty decent, so yeah, let's jump on in, see how we get on. Alright, here we go in the Radical then at Road Atlanta. Love this car, love this track. Qualified P6, so not amazing, but not terrible either. Hoping for a good one. Just waiting to grid up. Here we go.
Green flag.
We're away then. Changed the way that I do my dual clutch a little bit, and it seemed to get me a little bit of an extra launch off the start there. Alright, couple of positions gained then, all down to dual clutch really, gave me a really good launch there. Now remember that everything's a cold. That guy didn't. P3 then. Gonna be a long race as always in these Radicals. Play the long game. Alright, onto the back straight for the first time. Little gap to the 2 leaders out the front there, and got Richard behind us, thoroughly tucked up behind our rear wing. Let's see if he makes a move for it. Not going to fight too hard on this opening lap. Plenty of time for things to go wrong in between now and the end of the race.
You're now in third.
20 lapper. Guy behind runs a little bit wide there. It's going to be an off track. Oh, I got away with it somehow. Must not have had much more curb space on the side there to have played with. Went a little bit wide through the S's there. Still a little bit cold. And the car's heavy, of course, it's not just the cold tyres, full fuel. Just realised the map has absolutely pooped itself, so there'll be no map for this one sadly. Unless we can do a quick. Are we going to get away with it? We are going to get away with it. 2 guys ahead go side by side into the chicane here. That's allowing us to close up, but lots of pressure from Richard behind. He's got a lot closer now. Looks like he's got a better run through that final corner as well. Thankfully just backs it off into the braking zone. Better run through the S's this time for me, none of that understeer like last lap. Fighting tooth and nail at the front here, these two. Just giving them a little bit of a safe distance just to sort it out amongst themselves. Really trying to maximise my exit out of that corner onto the straight here, so important. Richard's still nice and close though, almost feel like he's just biding his time for when he is going to make the move. Wouldn't like to see him lunging from 0.3 back though, that's for sure. little bit of a twitch on the brakes there for us. Starting to get itchy ahead, these two. Leader's gone wide.
The next car's the leader. You're on the right.
See a gap.
You're on the right. 3 wide. Clear. Left side. Clear on the left.
And they've all binned it behind. No car contact for us. No X's on the screen. I don't know if they've collided or what's happened, but that is a move for the lead right there. And a 2-second gap to Richard for him to chase me down with. Let's see what the hot laps are saying then.
The leader's bidding now.
Leaders had to tow. Absolute carnage there then, so the leader went wide into T1. It allowed us to go 3 wide up the hill towards turn, is it 2 or 3? The first of the blind ones. And yeah, I feel like me sticking my nose in probably ran those guys out of space a little bit, but I had every right to be there. And the apex was mine, being up the inside. Bit aggressive, but we've reaped the benefits for it. Now we need to run away. I basically had to stop on the apex to actually make the corner, and I thought that would really make me susceptible to Richard behind, but I think he must have had to check up as well for the carnage. Got Rodrigo behind us now. Don't know where he's come from. Richard must have binned it maybe. Looks like Rodrigo's catching us a little bit there though. The gap to Richard was 2 point something. Rodrigo was a 2 flat and now down to 1.9, so got some pace. Just need to keep setting these hot laps. Only a quarter of the way into the race once we cross the line this time, so long way to go. Rodrigo behind setting 15s already, which is pretty good pace this early in the race here. Did a time trial just before this race and I was clipping some 15.8s by the end of that, but that was on almost empty fuel, warm tyres and everything, so it's a really good pace from Rodrigo. Got a horrible feeling I'm going to be susceptible to him in this race here. Fingers crossed he's absolutely pushing to get that pace and maybe eventually makes a mistake. Let's find out. We don't quite sneak a 50, get into the 15s, but it's a very low 16, which is good. It's the kind of times we need to be doing at the slowest really. Should be in the 15s really. A little bit squirrely going into braking zone that time. Had to check up a couple of times. That gave Rodrigo a massive run. He's caught up loads this lap already. Crazy. Closing the gap down towards a second now. Just found crazy pace that lap, that's quite concerning. They'll be not far away from slipstream range soon. So it's a fight for 3 of us at the lead here, at the front. Massive gap to P4. Crazy good lap time again from Rodrigo that last lap. Got a cat hair in my mouth, always good. Here he is then. Again, not going to fight this one too hard. He's clearly got pace, so when he starts looking like he's going to make a move, we'll let him have it. And then see if we can follow him for a bit. Maybe put him under some pressure. Although I've got a horrible feeling he'll just run away from us, to be honest. We are gapping P3 as well, which is nice. He should start to be getting some aero wash through here, so we'll see if that causes any understeer for him, caused any problems. Looks to be coping well with it so far, and he's right up my exhaust. This is probably where it happens then.
Car right, straight on the left, clear on the right.
Brake nice and early, so could get towards the apex, get tucked back in behind him. Time to follow this slipstream, see if we can make any counter moves on him. Crazy pace from Rodrigo, this is insane. Setting 15.4s and 15.5s just for fun. I was a bit too timid through the chicane there, I didn't want to rear end him. Hopefully the draft will help us catch back up a little bit.
The next car's the leader.
Yeah, he's pulling away, he's just so fast. See if we can learn anything from him. I feel like I'm probably braking too early for that final corner now, but it's kind of a force of habit around this track. I like to brake it a little bit earlier just so I don't overshoot it and end up running wide. Obviously we're onto the straight here, so it's probably the most important corner on the whole track. We'll take the off track. Gained us probably a 10th or 2 over him.
Got 10 laps to go.
Still only halfway. That's a bit upsetting, to be honest. Ready for this one to be checkered. So with the assistance of the draft, we're just about keeping up with him now, although he's slowed his pace down a little bit now that he's leading. But yeah, so the difference between us is the draft apparently. He has draft pace advantage over me. P3 still a long way back, so that's good. Because we're just clinging on to a second gap now to Rodrigo. Just sniffing the draft, but not far away from losing it completely. It's unfortunate. Don't know how much the draft is helping us now, but thankfully we're in the 15, in the 15s a couple of laps in a row now. Found the pace that we want to be using in the race as Rodrigo goes off. Don't know where he is. So he was pushing then, he was pushing hard. I wish I'd have known where he was then. I backed it off massively, just expecting him to come flying across the track. And he's dropping back. I wonder if he's got issues with his car. Maybe just waiting for the tyres to clean up a little bit. He's still dropping back. I hope for a sake that wasn't a hardware issue of some sort. Sort of steering wheel disconnect or something like that. It didn't look like a disconnect because he was still turning, but get back past and then he's slow. Alright, we really need to run away now. I must be right on the limit of an off-track on that corner. Rodrigo has now picked his pace back up again. Back inside the 1 second window. Oh, he got a slowdown in fact, didn't he? He got a slowdown for cutting across the grass. Big wiggle coming out of the corner. Right when I wanted to put the power down, we go sideways instead. So it's just inside the 1 second. Would be nice to hold on to the win, to be honest. Just have to do everything I can on my end and hope that he comes a cropper again. My pace has really dropped off now. I've not got him to follow. It's annoying. Better first section that time. Here he comes again. Not sure if he's going to be close enough into the braking zone this time. I'd almost rather he was, to be honest, because it's a much kind of easier place to let someone past. Looks like he's just a little bit too far back this time round. Take the off track again. .8, but I imagine he's low 15s again. Starting to catch some back markers, it's all about to get a bit hectic. And they're fighting for position as well. Effectively P last. One in the pits, but last on the road at least for those two. Here comes Rodrigo.
Left side, still there. Clear on the left.
Oh, again, I didn't know where he was. That's lost me a massive amount of time there.
5 laps to go.
Really need to get some triples or VR or something. That is quite irritating.
The next car's the leader.
Rodrigo went off track, so I followed him. Just thankful that that wasn't a slowdown. Got back on the track before I hit like, you know, like if you cut the corner too much, it gives you a slowdown. So I got back on track before that. Just need to bring it home now, I reckon. That P1 has definitely gone. P3 behind is starting to catch as well. Although he's not setting the timings border light, so we shouldn't be under any danger. Thanks, Tim.
No problem, mate.
Alright, 4 laps to go then. I hate how blind that first section is. It's wild. That sun's nice as well. Rodrigo getting held up badly by Juan. Hopefully Juan will just lift off for us down the straight here. Let's see. He does. Thanks, Juan.
Left side, clear on the left.
And with a bit of tow, this is definitely going to be an all-time fastest lap for us. 15.5. Does make a massive difference down the straight there then, the draft. Ours will be getting light now as well, of course. Way more nimble. Just in DRS range of Rodrigo then. If only these cars had DRS, might actually be able to catch up to him. Bad bounces there on the inside curb. Still just inside the second window though, which is nice. Nice to be hanging on to him a little bit. Will there be 2 to go when we cross the line? Oh god, I thought it was going off then. Two to go then, just inside 1 second window. Not really gaining on him though. Lap times were very comparable last lap in fact. But like we said before, he's not got the draft of course. Clinging on for all it's worth. I think we've taken a single 10th out of him. I think we were 0.8 last lap and this time we're 0.7. That will come down a little bit with the slipstream, but not heaps. putting a little bit of time into him through the chicane there. He's missed that first apex a little bit, and it puts him on a weird line for the exit as well then. Well, that was the section where he's been getting most squirrely. I was hoping maybe getting a little bit closer might put him under pressure to make a mistake, but it's not happened. He's kept solid this time around. We'll get the big draft down the straight, but you see it doesn't really close you up that much. Especially if I slide into the corner like that, we're going to lose time not getting it. Better chicane that time by Rodrigo. He knew he needed it that time around. Nice drive from him. And a P2 for us. Nice job, my man. Nice job.
Yeah, good work. Great job. You did really well.
Hectic. Very, very hectic race. Classic radical race, really. Gonna need to keep lapping because I need my SR. Oh, dear me. That time trial that I said that I did just before this race, I gained I lost 0.12. I got like 7 off tracks in half an hour or something like that. iRacing doesn't take too fondly on that. Yeah, P2. That'll put our rating back above 2k. So not a bad way to start the weekend. Happy days. Oh, what a race that was. Chasing down Rodrigo there towards the end. But yeah, he just had rapid pace. Really frustrated about that final move that he made into the chicane there. I just didn't know where he was, and yeah, he ended up that gap that he opened up in that chicane there was possibly the difference between being able to keep him under pressure and maybe make another mistake, and obviously not doing, because he pulled up to a second away at one point, and it was only the traffic that brought him back towards us. So super frustrating way for it to end, but P2 and back above 2k, so we've got to take that as a win in our books. But yeah, that's gonna be everything for this video. So if you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up. Really helps the channel out, and consider subscribing if you're new here and you've not done that already. Other than that, take it easy and look after yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.